a lot of debates happening around Rings of Power in our discussion. We're just going to answer some comments and maybe state our opinions. Maybe not. Maybe try playing center of the line. I don't know. Let's go. Spoilers up ahead. This is not good. Welcome back to AsArt. My name is Nick, and I got Kyle here with me. Pecos with a 0 on Instagram. Go check him out. He's a super talented artist. So we've been covering Rings of Power here, and I've had my opinions about it. We even did a video trying to see why people like it and dislike it so much, and they're on both sides. But now we're just going to go through the comments and have fun. This is not supposed to be a theory video, even though we're probably going to be talking about theories, but it's just here to discuss the most up-to-date Rings of Power episode. Woo! Mm-hmm. All right. Let's do it. First comment.
To read the comments about that content. So, all right. So, Trigger Dethor says, but technically they didn't need the key. They just needed to destroy the dam. Actually, yeah, like I was reading this earlier. I'm like, that's true. You know, they don't need an elaborate mechanism. They just need to, I don't know, blow it up.
It is so funny too, because I was like, wait, I thought the elves built this tower.
They did.
So I'm like, the elves built this thing?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. I just like, I don't know why they had to make it a key. I'm still baffled by it. I don't have an answer, and I don't think they do. All right, next comment.
So Christopher writes, that hilt might be used by Sauron to forge the One Ring since it is magical.
And it wasn't breakable.
Right,
but you would think you would want a hammer for something like that, right? Would it be weird to forge with a sword?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? But what if you spit on it and it turns into a hammer, and blood is a sword, and if you pee on it, I'm just kidding.
You know, Nick, given the logic in the show so far, maybe you have some purchase there. You know,
it's like a Swiss Army knife of Sauron. He's like, I got my sword here. It's an addiction thing. It's also a key. It's a Swiss Army knife, but it is magical, and it was weird because we were definitely getting the sense it was kind of like the ring. People were like addicted to it and stuff, but it's like it's also just a key. All right, so let's go next one.
All right, so straight from the keyboard of River Nevermind, or River NM for short. I quite literally am rooting for Sauron to kill everyone and Numenor to drop into the sea faster. Characters are either idiots, jerks, or weak. Just do it, Sauron. You know,
or
I can
Halbrand.
understand. Right. I can understand the desire there.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see myself supporting the orcs too. Like, the orcs actually care about their dead, unlike the Heartfoots. Heartfoots are just like, peace out. We'll put you in a book and we'll sing a song about you. They're like, oh, we must cherish the body, and they're like moving it all around like carefully. We're just like, whoa, it's so crazy. Go orcs.
Maybe River's got a point. Maybe that's the secret intent of the showrunners. You know, they're just like, we want people to like feel uncomfortable, just not like these quote unquote good characters, you know, just root for the end of the world.
It's the
or a great change
of the
in
world. Well, that's kind of what happened. And if everyone survives that volcano blast, I'm going to be shocked. All right, let's go.
Yep. So next up is Sam Jeremiah de los Santos. I don't get why Galadriel is always angry, haha. The thing with the sword is a bit of a letdown as well. I thought Sauron was somehow bound to it like the One Ring prototype.
Yeah.
There was a prototype ring? Wait a minute, did I miss that?
No, I think he's saying like this is his prototype.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's his Horcrux before he did the other Horcrux, which is the ring kind of thing, right? You know,
okay.
It's always evil that was built in, intent to it or whatever kind of thing. So, it's funny because that's what I thought they were going with it. I thought it was going to be something, but it's not a good sword, because when the kid used it to defend himself, it like extended like a lightsaber. Then about time he ran out of the building, it was already collapsed back down. So like technically, I don't know like how long it's going to stay in sword form for. Like, did it already retract and he like took the key away after he lowered the dam? I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? I'm willing to bet that we're never going to see the sword again because it's fulfilled its purpose.
So the purpose was just a key.
It was a Chekhov's gun. I don't know. It's clearly pulled the trigger and the bullet's been fired. So I don't know. Who knows, right? Okay.
True, it's true.
Coming at us from the piney woods of Oregon, it's Adventures in Portland. And the horse getting up is for people like my mother who gasps, "Oh no, the horse!" and then sighed in relief when it got up. Lol. Very true. Adventures in Portland. That is also the reaction of my girlfriend when we were watching it. So. Yes.
And every horse lover out there, probably.
Every lover of animals and horses is probably, which, I was kind of worried, but I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I was also worried for Adar too, at the speed he was on the horse. And when they got hit, I thought both of them were done for, but they hopped up. Like there was and it was so quick too. Like I think the scene right after, like they didn't waste any time making sure the horse got back up for everyone, which was which was great. I mean, who cares about the people getting stabbed and stuff? I mean, the horse is fine.
Yeah. It's all that matters, okay?
That's all that matters. You're right.
Well, okay. Our mischievous little angel, Lil Tyke, says, "I look forward to watching more episodes coming from your channel for you to break down the flaws and chuckle. You make me laugh so hard." Well, Nick, certainly have that magic about you.
Wow. Just like the magical sword helped.
It's infectious. Yeah.
I'm the key to everyone's joy.
Oh my God. Or, wait. Never mind. I'm not going to break that down. Anyway. And Kittycraft Studio says, "I guess the characters we're following aren't always in sync. It seems like the Numenor army actually arrived in Middle-earth the morning before the battle we're watching and rode all day to get there at dawn after the battle started."
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of true, right? Like I remember that scene where they're sort of like riding on horseback.
It's like
also
over a
why
hill,
are Numenorians riding horses?
They're not horse riders. Like, yeah, that's a whole
so
other
like
thing.
it did look like it was like morning, like before the sun rises,
Well, honestly, they're probably riding horses because they're trying to mimic another battle we know from Lord of the Rings.
That's true. The Battle of Pelennor Field.
Or I was going to say Helm's Deep when Gandalf comes in, but...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Edit out what I said.
Because think about it. This is kind of like their Helm's Deep battle.
That's true.
They were supposed to stay in the tower, but they went back to the town. But, there's a horse that comes in last minute at the dying hour when they're surrounded. Yeah.
It's a siege. Yeah. Yeah.
And I love how they just know exactly where to go over the bridge.
You know what? That's right. We were just talking about this too. Like the first shot, I'm like, oh, they had a choke point. They had like the bridge. Why don't they just? And then the next shot is like it just shows like it's a creek. Like you could jump over it. I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay.
Oh yeah, but it was dark when they went back to the town, and also wasn't that town on fire when they escaped?
That town had been
pretty destroyed, right?
At least ransacked.
Yeah, it was pretty beat up last we saw the town. Okay.
So yes, they did return to ruins. They made ruins of the tower, then retreated to ruins.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird, but okay. Samantha Powers says they are saying this is the early days and nothing is pure evil. So there's a lot of gray areas. Halbrand is Sauron. Episode 6 just proved it. I actually like Power of the Rings show. It has its own way of storytelling. Episode 6 was definitely powerful, and Mini Fight gave me goosebumps. So all right, we got like a positive
and
review here.
I made that comment because like to me, I always thought like Sauron orcs were like evil, like they were meant to be like pure evil, right? And obviously I'm no expert when it comes to the book stuff. I don't claim to be an expert, but even Mordor, I thought it was almost corrupted by evil, like the reason why it was that way, and he can use the forge to think, I thought it was like just like an evil wasteland. I think even like Morgoth created Mordor. I think he even like erupted Mount Doom at first, and like because of his evilness and the land, it was something like that. My memory is not 100%, but I always just thought it was like pure evil land. And the way the orcs were made, it was mockery right? It was like, Melkor made the orcs in mockery of elves or something like that, where it was like they're evil to their core and stuff like that.
Like a cruel, misshapen representation of,
I'm definitely no expert, and yes, there are positive things people are talking about in the show. Like Kyle's like some stuff, or he probably not some stuff. Kyle likes the show, and I'm not going to speak for Kyle, but I believe Kyle likes the show.
I am entertained by the show.
He's entertained by the show, and I've also talked to other people where they're like, yeah, it's a show, you know what I mean, and they're entertained by it, and more power to you. That's awesome.
Yep. And the first of his name, ASCII Guy 1 says, at timestamp 440, spoiler, Sauron wasn't always totally evil in the books. He is portrayed as having been originally good, corrupted by Morgoth, then shocked by the power and wrath of the Valar at the end of the First Age, and contemplating repentance. He couldn't go back in the end, so he wandered and fell back into evil. Not much is written about this time until he comes back and fools the elves. The show seems to be taking that aspect and compressing it to fit the timeline of the story. So, all right, someone who's read the books here,
much more informed than me. So, if he is the good Sauron that we know now, he's entering this relationship, which I think is a relationship with Galadriel. I could be reading it wrong. I saw it as a love relationship thing.
Yeah.
And is she gonna dump him, and then he's gonna become Sauron, and he's gonna hate everyone because
my god!
If that's what happens,
in my heart of hearts, I secretly want that. I secretly want that. Just because think about it. In the books, at this time period, Galadriel's already supposed to be married. All right, she is not. She is also not like a knight, right? We're wielding a sword, but this is what the show's representing. So you know what? Why not? Why not make it a snappy romance rom-com?
I mean, comment down below. I got those vibes. I could be totally wrong. Maybe they were bonding over something else, but I honestly thought they were gonna kiss.
Was this?
I thought they were gonna kiss.
Was this from another comment reread? But like,
there might be another comment too. But
that's it.
That's it. But there was a lot of comments on our video.
It's just like, I guess I was reading it somewhere else, but someone said that they got the vibe that they were just recognizing each other's prowess.
Oh,
and that long look that Galadriel shared with Sauron, with Halbrand.
I've got
dang it, Nick! You're getting to me. So
we're gonna be disappointed now.
That long look with Halbrand that Galadriel had was actually her going like, "Is he? No, it can't be." That sort of thing. So I don't know.
Took her long enough.
I don't know. But you know what? When I first saw that, I was like, "Are they gonna kiss?"
I thought they were gonna kiss, and then the messenger broke the vibe up.
Yep.
Didn't mean to walk in on you guys.
Yep.
Nice log. And on that note,
Halbrand's
thank you guys so much for
commenting. No, I meant the log. No, okay. Sorry.
Thank you guys so much for commenting. It's been fun for me to go through this show. Obviously, Oh yeah, no. I'm sorry. I just looped around in the comments. I'm like, do we have one more? Yeah. No, I just looped around. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Please keep commenting. We love reading your comments, good or bad. We also take criticism the best we can too, even to improve the show and stuff like that. But just so you know, we're not professionals, and we just like to do this thing raw. And we're just
a couple of dudes and gals.
Give it to me raw. What does he say? What does Durin say? He's like, give me the meat and give it to me raw. He says something like that, right?
Something like that.
And meat's back on the menu. I
just completed my bingo card.
Go to Instagram, follow Kyle on Instagram, Peckles with a 0. Go to AsArt.space for audio video links and cool shirts. Check out our cool new dragon shirts, and we got Lord of the Rings merch. We got a lot of fun stuff there. Go check it out, and we'll see you on the next AsArt. Look at that.